Hey everybody, Alex Kozora, SteelersDepot.com, back with some more Pittsburgh Steelers tape breakdown and analysis following the Steelers' Week 2 loss to the Seattle Seahawks. We're back looking at this defense, what went wrong, their repeated mistakes continue. Let's talk about it. Before we start, if you guys could like this video, subscribe to the channel, and check out the site, SteelersDepot.com. Would really appreciate that. So we're going to break this down into some themes from this game. I was going to put up some Jets film to show the patterns, but you guys probably get it overall. I may show one or two plays from the Jets game. But the first one, and again, we're going to break this down into kind of sections of the same things happening over and over on tape. Seattle consistently won via the middle of the field, which was a bread and butter concept, an area of the field to target in week number 1 against San Francisco. They went back to that well in week 2 against Pittsburgh. The Steelers struggling to stop it. Third down here, big situation, early successful plays. It is 3rd and 6. Great chance to get off the field, set the tone early, bring some pressure. Pittsburgh using their Bronco 3 outside linebacker package of Watt and Highsmith and Nick Herbig, which is 1 down lineman. You're getting a chance here to get pressure. TJ Watt looping in, can finally break that sack drought. Dig over the middle, complete to Smith and Jigba. It's a first down for Seattle. And this becomes the theme of the day, where Pittsburgh could not stop those throws, those digs, those crossers over the middle of the field. Darnold hitting those in rhythm. And if you're able to disrupt this route, take it away for even a fraction more of a second, TJ Watt's picking up his first sack. You're getting a stop on 3rd down, and this is a theme that you'll see happens throughout the afternoon. Later in that first drive, in a very similar, really the same concept, the Jets scored on in week 1, the Seahawks score on in week number 2, this Yankee concept, this 2-man route of a post and a crosser, Pittsburgh in a 3-deep shell, cornerback out leveraged, Ramsey not able to close the gap here. It's an easy touchdown from Darnold to the rookie wide receiver, Torrey Horton. So I will put up the Jets clip here in a second. And I think Pittsburgh actually tried to make an adjustment here. Before I do that, let me pull up the Jets clip. So flashback to week 1, similar situation. These reduced splits. Again, 2-man route, the crosser and the post. Slay out leveraged on the crosser. Complete to Garrett Wilson for a 33-yard touchdown. As you saw, as we'll see back in a second, Seattle running the same concept. And it's an easy play there from Justin Fields for the Jets' first touchdown of the year, as Pittsburgh allows 32. Escape of the win. Seattle going back to that in week number 2. So Seattle, week 2, as we saw, same concept. And actually, just looking back at that Jets clip, I don't see the adjustment I thought I did. It's the same exact concept. I thought Pittsburgh was cutting one of the crossers differently this time. And maybe there was miscommunication. But it's the same thing where you're going to get this deeper post running over the more shallow cross. The cornerback's out leverage. I mean, this is just copy and paste the Jets game. And that is a big issue, that these things cannot get cleaned up. And Pittsburgh will continue to be tested until they show that they can clean these things up. Now, one way that teams can adjust, one way Pittsburgh has adjusted in the past, is we'll have the safety come down, cut the crosser. The cornerback replaces as the deep safety, can help carry the post and mitigate that leverage issue. Doesn't happen here. I don't know if Slay missed the call or if that just wasn't part of the schematics of the play. We see Thornhill pretty animated here. I don't know if that's just for the touchdown being allowed or if that's him frustrated about a communication problem. But bottom line is you're getting mirrored results, mirrored calls here in week 1, week 2. These reduced splits, Pittsburgh cannot sort things out. They're getting beat, allowing touchdowns. Early second quarter, 3rd and 12, Seattle right on field goal fringe. They're going to run this dig, the number 15, over the middle, out leveraging the cornerback. And while it's not a first down, Chuck Clark, nice job from his post safety spot to come down, make the tackle. It's 4th and 1. Seattle goes for it, and they convert here on a little push. And so Seattle, this is where they made their plays. It wasn't outside. It wasn't vertically. It was these deep digs, these over routes, these posts, and Pittsburgh really was unable to combat that. You know, I'm sure that if you talk to the coaches, they could talk about why, to some extent, Pittsburgh brought more pressure in this game, for example. And so that could be one reason. Not, in this instance, only a 4-man rush. It's a clean pocket for Sam Darnold, too, which is not helping matters. Pittsburgh got a bit more pressure in this game, I think, overall than week one. But here, I mean, this is an ideal pocket for Darnold to step up, make this throw. But just overall throughout the day, Seattle won repeatedly to the same areas of the field, and Pittsburgh really had no answer and really tried to make no answer for it. Back to third down, third quarter, shorter third down, 3rd and 4, but the same outcome. Dig over the middle here to Cooper Kupp. Jalen Ramsey working on him. Kupp's able to win inside. It's pitch and catch. There's yak after. It's a first down. And Pittsburgh continually aligning those cornerbacks, outside leverage, getting beat to the inside, allowing those rhythmic throws over the middle from Darnold, really to Smith and Jigba and Kupp, and a little bit of Horton downfield like we saw on that touchdown. And Pittsburgh just not having the answers, not really even scheming up answers as they were out leveraged. They knew where Seattle wanted to go with the football. They did not stop it. Very next play, 1st and 10, get play action here. Another dig over the middle. Cooper Kupp, cornerback off, 3 deep shell, trying to stop the run over the middle. A little bit of run after. It's a nice tackle in space by Clark, but the damage is done at this point. And that was the theme of the day for Sam Darnold, who, yes, he threw 2 picks, but overall I thought he played a pretty good game. Was pretty sharp, got the ball out on time. I'm going to pull up his passing chart now, and you guys can see all those green dots over the middle. They represent completions. I believe there's 9 of them there, all to that similar spot, 10 to 15 yards over the middle, between the numbers, a lot of them between the hashes or on the hash, and that's where he made his hay, especially on 3rd down. Pittsburgh did not stop it. Let's look more individually at Patrick Queen, Steelers' second-year linebacker in Pittsburgh after signing over from Baltimore, and he did make some plays in the first half of this one against the run, front side. He had a rib injury. He battled through it. I understand all the context there, but Sam Darnold was winning that chess match against Queen throughout the day. Pittsburgh, you'll see here, they're playing zone. Queen reading the guys of Darnold, and he just gets moved here. He gets taken out of his zone, and then Darnold comes back to it and is able to complete this pass underneath. And so we'll look at it from the sideline or aerial view. Pittsburgh spinning down a little bit. They're playing cover 3, so 3 deep shell, deep third, deep middle, deep third, flat, hook. And you see Queen initially, depth is fine here. This is kind of his responsibility, but he's getting lulled into the eyes of Sam Darnold over the middle here, and that helps open up the underneath kind of in that Queen area. And I don't think Queen's going to stop the completion here, but he's going to be able to limit some of that yak. And so Darnold did a nice job moving those underneath zone defenders, Queen specifically, with his eyes, getting those guys off their spot, and then picking the defense apart. For Sam Darnold's second touchdown pass, it's the same idea, a little more subtle, but here's Patrick Queen reading the eyes of Sam Darnold and getting moved just enough for Darnold to find enough room to fire the ball to tight end A.J. Barner for a touchdown. So we're seeing Queen read the eyes of the quarterback as Darnold drops back here. He's looking to his left, Queen's right. Queen gets depth that way, and then Darnold immediately comes back and hits A.J. Barner, and it's a great job there in that low red zone near the goal line. You get some tight window throws. How can you create some space down there, move the eyes of these zone defenders? Darnold does. Queen can't close. Touchdown, Seattle. Just take a quick look from the aerial view of this play. Queen right here, reading the eyes. Barner over the middle. Queen just gets moved that little bit. That's all it takes for those windows to open up at the NFL level. Finally, Seattle's run game, which wasn't super potent in the first half. It certainly gained steam in the second half. Some injuries for Pittsburgh, but still, bottom line is the run defense has not been good enough. Pittsburgh has not been physical enough at the point of attack, and you see these zone runs, especially on Kenneth Walker. Whenever he toted the rock, he averaged over 8 yards per carry, ran for 105 yards. Early run here, good backside cut by Walker. Pittsburgh just not fitting it well. Like I said in the Jets video, sometimes it can be hard to confidently determine who has what gap and what's the call, and is there any specialty thing here. Either Peyton Wilson has to fall back a gap here, or Watt was cheating this and tried to go around the fullback to make a play backside when he should have came down inside this gap here, and he went a little rogue and did too much. Or Wilson has to fall back and kind of two-gap this and read the back here. I'm not 100% sure, but bottom line is you get a really nice run by Walker for, I think, 13 on this play. As one of their successful runs in the first half. These zone tracks, Pittsburgh's just not able to defend them well. Last clip we'll look at, we could have looked at some more, but I think this is another really good example, at least, of Pittsburgh just struggling against these zone runs. Guys not getting off of blocks, guys not fitting the run well, and it's just a lot of daylight here for Walker, who had a lot more success. It was pretty clear when Charbonnet, is kind of a bit more their bigger power back, came in. He was being shut down. He averaged less than a yard per carry. When Walker, a bit more that one-cut slashing runner like Breece Hall, came in, he was having a lot more success on these zone runs. And so just to watch it back again, nobody getting off a block here. Linebackers swallowed up. Benton getting moved here. Black can't avoid the reach here backside. And we showed that one clip, I think it was Braylon Allen against the Jets, where he had about 5 yards before anybody touched him. You're getting similar here from Kenneth Walker, ball to 20. Nobody touches him until really past the 25, about 6 yards before anybody actually gets a hand on him, and they finally bring him down. And so you're getting a really good surge and push here by Seattle's offensive line, and Pittsburgh just struggling to have any answers against it. So unfortunately, more of the same for the Pittsburgh Steelers, where there's some small improvements in some ways in this game. The run defense, I suppose, a bit better, especially in the first half. It really wilted in the second half. We could have looked at a bunch more clips, but you guys kind of get the picture. Pittsburgh's offensive run game, was it better? A little bit, but not where it needs to be, and that's all that matters. Better can mean only so much in the NFL. Are you good enough? Are you at the level you need to be? Pittsburgh's not on both sides of the football. And that's got to change in a big way to avoid going 1-2 following Sunday's game against the Patriots. So let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Appreciate you guys watching. Please like this video, subscribe to the channel, and check out the site, SteelersDepot.com. Thank you again, and we'll talk to you soon.